Hey, and welcome to Plannerzoid. In today's video, I'm going to be giving 8 tips on how to speak in your YouTube videos. Yeah, that's it. So, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I'm Plannerzoid. If you're returning, thanks for returning and continuing to watch my videos and take time out of your busy day. So, you guys are so awesome. So, 8 tips for speaking in YouTube videos. I have my little notebook here. So, I have a blueprint to look on. I do want to let you know I'm a small YouTuber, so this ain't nothing fancy. I'm just going based off my experiences and what I learned. And some of these tips are going to be depending on like what kind of video you do, what kind of equipment you have, the kind of personality you have. It's going to be a little bit different for everyone, but these are pretty much like general tips, I think, like self-explanatory, but it's just about applying them and actually doing them. That's what sets everyone apart because everybody is different. So, yeah, let's get right into it. Tip number one, like I said, I got my notebook if I'm looking down. Tip number one is going to be the type of video. Think about the type of video that you're doing. What is the dynamic of your video and the direction that you're trying to go with it? That will then set the tone for all the rest of the tips I'm going to give you. If you think about all of these things and do all of these things, I think it'll help your video come together quite nicely. And like I said, we're not perfect, but it'll be good enough, to get you by and to have an organized YouTube video so that you're not just rambling or whatever, unless that's the nature of your video. Some people just rant. So yeah, it depends on the type of video you're doing, and then that's the direction you'll take with the rest of the tips I'm going to give you. So think about the type of video, the type of channel, like what are you? Who are you? Just think about that. So the next tip I have here is to speak clearly and articulate. Everyone talks differently. I'm not saying you got to have like perfect English or whatever language you speak. It's really, like I said, about the type of person you are. But one of the main tips for sure, everyone should know, is to speak clearly so that everyone can understand you. If you're just mumbling, we're probably not going to really understand you. And I know for some people that is the nature of their videos, but me personally, when you're mumbling and talking, even with my volume all the way up, I don't hear you. I don't understand you. So you want people to understand you. So speak clearly and articulate your words the best that you can. So yeah. And like I said, I'm not saying to speak perfectly proper English because sometimes in some of my videos, I don't always speak perfect. And I'm from the South, so we have a lot of these words that some people just don't understand. So, yeah. Okay, the next tip I have, number 3, is to speak with some volume. Now, this is dependent on like the equipment you have, the kind of video you're doing. It just kind of depends. If you're doing ASMR, if you're not trying to be loud, then obviously you don't have to have a lot of volume in your videos. But if you're doing something like I'm doing right here, where I'm trying to speak and educate and give some tips, it's kind of good to have some volume so that everyone can understand and hear you clearly. Now, it depends on the equipment because I'm just using my iPhone 13 Pro Max, Max Pro, whatever it's called, one of the latest ones. I'm using that to film my videos, and the camera is really good. I'm using the selfie camera to film, and the volume is pretty good. I do have the phone. It's literally like right in front of me. So I don't need to yell per se, but I know I don't have that professional kind of microphone that people use on their professional cameras to just be able to like speak like too quiet. I don't know if that makes sense. But depending on the kind of equipment you have, that can change the volume as well as the quality of like the audio in your video. So it just kind of depends. But me having an iPhone and filming with an iPhone, I do speak not loud. I'm not like yelling, but I do raise my voice a little bit just to make sure it can be heard clearly, if that makes sense. Like I don't naturally speak loud, but my voice is raised. So yeah, you just kind of have to play around and do test videos just to get an idea of what works for you. So yeah, speak with some volume, number 3. So number 4 is to have some personality. This also depends on the trajectory of your video because everyone is different, number 1, but depending on the subject you're speaking about, obviously if you're talking about something that happened bad on the news or something negative, you don't have a smile and bright eyes, you're going to probably look and sound crazy like, why is this person so happy about this happening? But if it's like a great news, big announcement or something, you're probably going to want to speak with a little bit of a higher tone. You want to be excited. You want, your viewers to be excited with you. So, yeah, have some personality depending on the trajectory of your video. Have the personality that fits what you're trying to do. Yeah. Now, there are some people that will have videos that they're not doing anything or saying anything, but their video is like showing a lot of stuff. Like it just like really depends. That's why I said these tips are super dependent on, the kind of video you're doing. But these are mostly just like general tips if you're doing a video like I'm doing, talking to people. So yeah. Also, if you hear that jingle, that's my earrings. I'm trying to get in the holiday spirit here. Also got my little green going on, my little headpiece and everything. Whatever this is called. I don't know what this is called. What is this called? But yeah, I was trying to get cute for this video. I normally wear pajamas. I do. Because y'all don't see me. You just see like here. But yeah, I was trying to be a little cute today. Okay. So on to the next tip, which is number 5. Tone matters. Once again, depending on the video you're doing. But I guess like if you're doing what I'm doing here, just trying to educate and speak, I do want it to be a little bit, fun sounding and, like exciting. So I'm trying to have that tone of, more higher voice, and it just really depends. Yeah, it really depends. Because I've seen videos where people tell like stories of something tragic that happened. So obviously you don't want to have like a super high pitch, like kind of voice. You're gonna have a more serious tone. So that's something to think about when you're doing your videos is what kind of tone are you trying to portray? And then when you start building your channel up and figuring out your niche and like branding, if you do get far into that, then all your videos can present that kind of tone. So that way, like people just know who you are and know of you and what your channel is about. I try to be consistent as possible, like when it comes to the tone of my videos and what I do. So yeah, I guess it's something to bear in mind. Hey, I see you made it to the middle of the video. So if you have a quick second, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. That will do me a huge favor and it's free. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And yeah, let's continue to the video. So then a tip number 6, I think this is number 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, number 6 is to have a focal point. This is mostly relating to like the look of your video, if that make any sense. But I feel like it also plays a part with speaking because when you're trying to do a video for YouTube, especially one where you're trying to give tips to people or talk to people, you want your viewers to feel like you're speaking to them and talking to them. So it's good to have a focal point to focus on so that, it looks like you're talking to them and engaged with them. When you're speaking to someone in real life, you're not looking off into space. You're probably engaged with them depending on, I guess, the situation. But my focal point, at least now my focal point is just the camera lens of my camera. That's my focal point that I stare at, and I don't treat it as like, oh, I'm talking to a person or whatever. It's just like I'm talking to my camera. But if you need to feel that way, like, hey, I'm talking to my person or my cat or whatever, just so that you're focused and can get your point across, do what you have to do. In the very beginning, I did have a focal point of like right above my phone. But then over time, as getting more used to speaking in videos, I just look at wherever the camera lens is and I talk to that so that I'm looking directly into the camera and looking directly at you guys for the video. I want to let you know that I'm engaged. I'm talking to you. I'm thanking you and appreciating you for taking the time to engage with me. So, yeah. Okay. And then number 7 is to create a script, a plan, a layout before your videos. So this helps tremendously, especially when you're trying to do tips and like educational stuff or any kind of video. Really, it's good to have some kind of a layout, a blueprint of how your video is going to go. So that number one, you're not talking all day and running over your video. Number two, it gives a clear direction of where your video is going, and it helps your viewers understand the point and the tone that you're trying to give off in this video. And then it just makes your video look extremely organized. Like, wow, this person know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing. So it's good to have a blueprint and a layout. And you don't have to do a whole cinematic movie script of word for word what you're going to say unless you need to. But mine is just bullet points, and I expand off that myself. I try not to do the whole, word for word thing because I just feel like it won't feel natural. So I like to do just bullet points and then expand upon that. I actually learned that when I was like doing presentations and stuff in school. They say, don't just read word from word, have major bullet points and then expand from that. So I always try to keep that in mind when I'm doing my videos because you don't want to read word from word, especially when it's already on the screen and everyone else can see it. It's like we can all read too. So, yeah, it makes it more natural when you have a layout already planned and you already know what you're talking about prior versus just jumping on the video and here we are. I'm on camera, you're looking at the camera, what are we doing? So, yeah. And then the last tip I have is to have fun with it. Like, don't think so deep about it. It's just a YouTube video. Have fun, you know? And the best part about this kind of stuff is that we're not live streaming or anything. Like, we can edit it as much as we want. We can start over as much as we want. Like, have fun with it and just play around and see what works best for you and what sounds the best. When I first started YouTube, I was definitely having to do a lot of test videos, and it took me forever to even start filming the actual video because I was so caught up in doing all these test videos. So just have fun with it. Do a few tests, of course, to see how you like it, but don't take all day. You're going to be tired by the time it's actually time to start the official video. So, yeah, but that's all the tips I have. If you have any more tips, definitely let me know because, like I said, I'm just going based off experiences, what I'm learning, what I'm doing. And I mean, so far it seems to be pretty good. I get views. I don't get the most views, but I still get views. So that's something. But I'm just going to briefly go over them one more time. 8 tips for speaking in your YouTube videos. Number 1, think about the type of video and the trajectory that you're trying to go with. Number 2, speak clearly and articulate in your videos so everyone can understand. And I don't think I mentioned this before, but I'm going to piggyback real quick. A little sub tip, I guess. Watch out for filler words. I am still working on this to this day. I'm still working on it. I do say a lot of and and Try not to do too much of that because they make it look like you don't know what you're talking about and you look unprepared. And then on top of that, like if you're doing it a lot, no one wants to hear that a lot. No one. So definitely try to keep that in mind and work on that. I'm always trying to work on that. But yeah, you're gonna catch me saying you really are, especially on the videos that are not scripted because I don't script all my videos. I don't have time to do that unless that's the nature of my channel, which is really not. So yeah, I only do scripts for when I feel like I need to. So if that's gonna help you, try not to do those filler words by making a script, do that. But yeah, watch out for those filler words. Tip number 3 is to speak with some volume. Of course, it depends on your equipment and everything, but have some volume in your videos so that people can hear you. And then number 4 is to have some personality in your videos, of course, that draws people in. And, be natural about it. Let them know who you are. Number 5, tone matters depending on the video, but tone matters. So set the right tone for your videos, the tone that you want. And then number 6 is to have a focal point so that you're just focused in your video and you're engaged with your viewers. You want to be engaged with your viewers. So, yeah, have a focal point. Like I said, mine is the camera lens on my phone. Yeah, but a lot of people look above their phone, a dot on the wall, wherever. Do what works for you. Number 7 is to create a script, a plan, a layout beforehand. You already know. And then number 8 is just to have fun with it. Have a good time. Like I said, YouTube should be, fun. That's what it started out as anyway when they put out the first YouTube videos, something like fun and kooky. So, yeah, if you have that kind of channel, if it permits, have fun with your videos. It'll definitely make it a lot easier because doing videos for YouTube and editing and trying to make it high quality, it is so tiring and it takes a lot of time. So, make it fun. But that's all, guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Like and subscribe for more content. I will be putting more, tip videos and stuff out. And check out my previous videos. I do have like beginner tips for using a planner and planning and organizing. So definitely check out those videos. And I also have videos on my channel about my lock journey if you're interested, about my locks here. This little hairstyle I got going on today. It's really, really cute. But that's all for the video, guys. Stay tuned for next weekend when I post some more videos, and have a good day.